Hey, hi, hello. Hi, welcome back. If you're not new here, welcome back. Missed you. If you are new here, I'm gonna make this intro short. If you are new here, welcome. This is a space where we are trying to become semi-self-sufficient, where we garden, we do sourdough, we do fun recipes. And just to preface, this will be a fun recipe. This one might be embarrassing, actually. It's the winter, so we do a lot more fun recipes in the winter. In the summer, it's all about gardening and canning and sourdough and all the things. But it's winter. And because it's winter, I'm gonna make soup today. And you guys are gonna come along with me. And we might be eating frozen pizza tonight. Because one of my favorite soups, and Jonathan's, is broccoli cheddar soup. Especially the broccoli cheddar soup from Panera. I cannot tell you how many times I have attempted to make broccoli cheddar soup using various recipes, and every single time it's disgusting. Like, inedible disgusting. I have never successfully made broccoli cheddar soup. So I found another recipe. It's been about 2 years since the last time I tried to make broccoli cheddar soup, and we had to order pizza because it was gross. So I am prepared. I got a frozen pizza. So stick around for the end of this video to see what we actually end up eating. Watch me as I attempt to make broccoli cheddar soup every single time. I don't know why. Every single time I try to make it, it's disgusting. It's just disgusting. So, you know, just come along with me. Let's see if we can make it work this time. Okay, all right, let's go. All right, I have 3 tablespoons of butter that I'm going to melt in this Dutch oven. And then I'm going to add about 1 cup of diced up onion. And it calls for 2 carrots, but let me show you what I got. Hold on. It calls for 2 carrots, but I really like my broccoli cheddar soup to have the matchstick carrots. So I just bought this, and I've already used some in a different recipe that I made. But I'm just going to throw in maybe a cup of this. But if you don't want this, it calls for 2 carrots cut up. So there's that. We're going to wait for this to melt, and then we're going to add the onion, we're going to add the carrots, we're going to add some pepper. I'm not going to add any salt because I'm going to use the Better Than Bouillon chicken seasoning, which is very salty. So I'm not going to add any salt with the pepper. We'll taste it later, if that makes sense. Okay, enough talking with my hands. Let's wait for this to melt. All right, I'm gonna add in some garlic powder. Let that cook for a couple more minutes, and then we're gonna add 3 tablespoons of flour. Okay, I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of flour, and then I'm gonna stir it constantly for 2 minutes. So, let's see how this goes. All right, now I have 4 cups of chicken broth that I'm going to pour in gradually while stirring at the same time. Let's see how this goes. Especially while trying to do it on the camera. Okay, I think that was successful. Now I'm going to add 2 cups of half and half to this, and then we're going to turn the heat to medium high. All right, basically now it says to let it come to a simmer. And then once it's thickened, reduce the heat to low, and that's when we're gonna add in our broccoli and let the broccoli cook. So I am going to let this come to a simmer and then we'll be back. All right, it is up to a simmer, so I'm gonna turn it down to like medium low, on the lower end of the medium. And now it said 1 head of broccoli, but I bought a big bag of already chopped up broccoli from Sam's Club. So this is probably about 2 cups. I'm gonna add like half and then kind of just see. Sorry. And then kind of just see how much it looks to be. I'll just stir it up and see. I'm just gonna go ahead with all of it. I mean, it is broccoli cheddar soup, so it's probably about 2 cups. Basically, now I'm gonna let this simmer on medium low for about 15 minutes until the broccoli cooks, and then we're gonna add the cheese, and then maybe we will be successful at making broccoli cheddar soup. I don't know. I don't know. We're trying. We're trying our best. So I actually just went back and looked at the recipe and I forgot something. I forgot 2 things actually. We are gonna add 1 teaspoon of ground mustard, which that looks to be about a teaspoon. And then I'm gonna add about a half teaspoon of this paprika that I have here. This is optional. That's good. Now I'm gonna stir it up, then I'm going to cover it and we'll let it cook for about 15. Well, it says 15 minutes, but it had already been cooking for almost 5 since I did not look at the direction. All right, so now I'm gonna cover it, let it cook for 15 minutes, and then we will be back to add the cheese and hope that it turns out. All right, we'll be back. Whoa. All right, the broccoli is tender, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna turn the burner off. I'm gonna take the lid off. And I think I'm gonna move it over to a not hot burner and add my cheese very slowly because the recipe said it's important to not continue to cook the soup when you add the cheese or else it starts to separate, which is what has happened in the past. So it is very clearly simmering. I'm gonna move it over and add the cheese, and we're just gonna see how it does. So let me move you over here. Let's move this over here like that. And then I'm gonna add the cheese very slowly and stir it in slowly. I did shred my own cheese. I believe it's medium sharp cheddar. It very specifically said 8 ounces. I measured 8 ounces exactly to get the best results. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna add in the cheese very slowly. Do you guys want to see what my dog is playing with? You want to hear this squeak toy that he's playing with? Would you all like to see his current favorite toy? Let me back this up. So it's his favorite toy. And if you hear that, that is what is being squeaked. Alright, so far so good. I've got about 1 more handful of cheese to add. So far so good. I don't think it's like stuck to the bottom. It's not sticking all over to the spoon. So I think so far so good. I did make some fresh sourdough bread yesterday, so that is what we are eating with our soup. Maybe we won't be eating frozen pizza tonight. Maybe Yeah, I think the cheese melted. I don't feel it in the bottom when I kind of scrape the bottom. It's not stuck to the spoon. That's carrots. All right. You know, the real test is going to be Jonathan. He is a very particular human. So, it's going to be the real test. Let me take my bread out. I do have it warming back there. We're going to give it a try. We're going to give it a try. John, oh. Your hair looks fine. Your hair looks fine. He has tried it.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
It is good. I would say, I'm not gonna lie, it's like 1% grainy. Like, there's absolutely, I don't think there's anything I could have done because I took it off the heat and put the cheese in. No, it actually tastes good. It tastes like, to me, it tastes like what it's supposed to. This is what it looks like.
It could be a little bit cheesier, but
I mean, I think so too. I did measure exactly 8 ounces and shredded exactly 8 ounces of cheese. Like, I followed this recipe
I think it's just very hard.
to a T. But I would make it again. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Would you ask for it again if it was cooked like this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's that.
Yeah, it's definitely really good bread.
Yeah, the homemade bread that I have over here. You know, it's looking good. Yeah, I think it's like an 8.5 out of 10 from just like what I tasted. That's what I would say. But anyway, we're gonna go eat our dinner, and Calvin's gonna demand to go outside.
For some reason.
I don't know why. He was just out there. Anyway, we'll see you in the next video. Bye! Okay, so it's the next day, and Jonathan and I talked about the soup, and we decided that it needs to be creamier. Like, I would have given it an 8.5 out of 10, probably. Jonathan agreed, but he agreed that he would like it to be cheesier and creamier. So if I remake this recipe, I think I would do 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 cup of half and half instead of 2 cups of half and half to make it creamier. And I think maybe instead of 8 ounces of cheese, I would try maybe 10 or 12 ounces of cheese. But other than that, it was really good. And let this be a lesson to everyone. Just keep trying. Just keep trying at the recipe that you keep failing at. If there is one, just try again. Just keep trying. Because I think I've been trying to make broccoli cheddar soup for maybe 10 years now, probably. And every single time I try, it's disgusting. Except this time, it was actually really good. It was edible. Jonathan said he would ask for it again. So in my book, that is a win. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye!